It is a fresh one today. It is -2 and we are underneath the snowy shadow of the Malvern Hills, and I'm going to show you a little bit more around my Volvo 850 GLT TDI project and what I've done on it so far, and I might even top up the total bill. So now that it's actually clean and working and running and it's not leaking power steering fluid everywhere and it's almost got some brakes, I'll show you where I've got to with it. So I bought this car from Facebook Marketplace. It was £250, and Ben, the chap that had it, got 1,000 messages, but he saw that I do stuff with Volvos and I was going to rescue the car and not break it for parts, and he chose me. I was the chosen buyer for this car, because I'm sure Ben could have chosen anyone, to be fair. When you put a Volvo 850 up, especially a TDI for 250 quid, you got to expect a lot of messages. It had been off the road for a little while. It was out of MOT when I bought it, and the reason being, I think Ben does a lot of stuff with camper vans, and he took this car in part exchange, and then it just sort of became part of his family. And as a result, it was used and abused and neglected, and it sort of slowly fell into disrepair. But he had a great time with this car. It was genuinely part of his family. He used it for all sorts, and I've got photos of all of that. And he basically wanted it to go to a good home. So you can see some of the cosmetic issues that this car's got. The rear bumper's hanging off, and that, if you know your Volvo 850s, is because the C bracket at the back has basically rusted away completely. So there's rust on the rear part of the chassis rails that we need to resolve. But we've done a lot of work on the inside here, which I can show you now that it's daylight. You can see that my arch liner doesn't actually sit neatly. What happens with this arch liner is there's a plastic arch liner just in here, and water gets in behind it and basically rots the arch from sort of the inside out, but it's behind the liner, so you can't really see it. So for most people, when they discover it, is when they come and pull their seat down like so and remove this pad and remove this. Come on, we'll edit this bit out. Is when they remove this pad, right? And that's when you find that you've got holes coming through on your wheel arches here. So you can see this has been plated by Lyndon, and I think he's done a pretty decent job, to be fair. And then I've painted everything gold, so that is now fully repaired. There is a hole here that goes through to the arch liner, and the reason is that is just a little bracket that is basically hanging on. So chances are yours is rusted off. So that hole is factory. It goes straight through to the arch liner, which I thought was quite interesting, but Lyndon tells me that's absolutely fine. And then we've slathered everything in wax oil and gold paint, because I love gold. I love gold. I don't know why. I just like painting my floors gold. Right, inside, you can see the rough idea for where this car is going. I've got some plush carpets, just sort of a trial fit here. But I have got some sound deadening on the way from a company whose website I will list right there. They seem to have been pretty helpful. So that's on the way, the sound deadening's on the way, and the insulation. So I am doing a proper job on this car. This is a full-on Jeff restoration. In the back, we have... Do you remember in my first video I said if the boot stays up, I'll keep the car? Oh, it does, because it had actually stopped working. Brakes, all new brakes all around. These are the brackets that have rusted off the back. I'll show you these, look. So there's C-shaped brackets, and they basically mount that way, I think, and hold the bumper on. So those will be going on at some point as well. I've still yet to fit the 7-seat conversion, the 2 rear seats that I nicked from Sam's car before I sold it to him. This is a walking stick from one of the Jeff giveaways, which has been used as an impromptu boot stay. These were sprayed as opposed to brush painted, which is why the colour's slightly off, and it started snowing as I was doing it, which is why they're not finished and therefore not fitted. Right, round the front, more rust. Again, we've done this arch as well. This one was pretty much just as bad as the last one. I'm going to get in there and do a bit more undersealing because it's winter. I've got new calipers and new discs to go on there. I am on the way to the MOT, the second MOT. This side, again, more gold paint. It's all dry now. And I just think it adds like a layer of protection. You spend the time painting your car like that, you get to know every inch of your car. In the front, I've got the obligatory Jimmy's Iced Coffee lanyard. My stereo doesn't work, so I do need to put a stereo in this car. And there's a few bits and bobs to do with the dashboard. It's a bit wobbly, but I've got a sunroof and I've got heated seats and I've got the right wheels. And now that's my repair on the front wing, which actually works pretty well. That sticker came from Brandon, who sold me the car that then became the touring car replica with very rusty wings. So that was in the service file for that car when it arrived, and he told me that he'd had them made especially for the holes in the wings in that car. So it's pretty nice really that I'm able to use those stickers on this car. I will get round to doing, there is rust at the front that he's dealing with, but I think that looks a lot better than it did. So that is a little update on where my car is at. And what I'll do is I will cut this video here, and then I will get together all of the money that I spent on it so far, so I can do a final rundown for you. And I'll probably do that from the back of the S-Class. Thanks for watching this section. Oh, I've also got some new number plates on the way, which that's going to be a neat little touch. I'm looking forward to those arriving because, again, I've gone a little bit Jeff with what we're doing with those. Very excited. Right, there's my Volvo. There's a big hill. And some ice. What a lovely day. It's autumn gold, the colour is called. It's an interesting colour, isn't it? We were driving along the other day and I was saying to the wife just how rare this is, and then I saw 3 V70s in the same colour. But to be fair, they weren't 850s. Oh, I've also put brand new tyres on the front, but I'll do this in the money video because I'm forgetting what I've spent on it so far. So I'll work it all out and then I'll tell you. Thanks for watching.
YouTube's most boring car channel.